All right, so you sent us this article and
Oh, yeah.
about the Nobel Turing Challenge.
Right.
And honestly, I think the whole idea is so cool that
Yeah.
we had to take a deep dive into it with you.
Yeah.
The idea of an AI
Mm.
making Nobel Prize-worthy discoveries by 2050?
Yeah, by 2050. I mean, that feels both like a lifetime away and right around the corner.
Yeah, I know what I mean. It's like really soon and also forever away.
Exactly.
Yes.
But
How do they even think? Yeah, how do we even get there?
like, how could that possibly work?
Yeah.
Well, the author of the article,
Right.
Hiroaki Kitano, starts with this idea
Okay.
that science is really at its core just problem solving.
Mm.
And he points to examples like Shinya Yamanaka,
Okay.
who won a Nobel Prize
Yeah.
for turning adult cells into stem cells.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So Yamanaka had this goal,
Right.
and then it was all about this relentless search,
Yeah.
testing, optimizing, until he found those key genes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he's like a scientific detective, but instead of a magnifying glass,
Right.
it's a supercomputer.
Exactly. Like, that's where the AI comes in.
Hmm.
Imagine an AI that's just the ultimate problem solver,
Okay.
exploring tons of hypotheses way faster and more thoroughly than any human could.
That's incredible.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
That's the core of this whole Nobel Turing Challenge.
Wow.
Yeah.
But science isn't always a straight line
No,
to
you're
the answer.
definitely not. It's messy.
Right. There are dead ends and flukes and even mistakes
Yep.
that sometimes lead to these unexpected breakthroughs.
All the time.
So how could an AI navigate all that messiness?
That is one of the biggest hurdles that the article tackles.
Okay.
So, scientific knowledge
Yeah.
is always evolving.
Of course.
It's being challenged and reinterpreted
Mhm.
all the time.
Right.
So their solution to this is evolving knowledge graphs.
Okay.
So think of it
Yep.
like a constantly updating map of scientific understanding
Okay.
where the AI can track connections between different findings.
Yo, wow.
And it spots gaps and inconsistencies
Interesting.
and can even sort of debate with itself.
What?
Yeah.
An AI debate club?
Yeah, like an AI debate club
I love that.
to weigh the strength of different hypotheses.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know.
But how would that even play out, like, in real life?
So imagine an AI
Yeah.
analyzing all the research on a topic,
Okay.
building a model of all the arguments,
Mhm.
the evidence,
Yeah.
then using that to generate its own hypotheses.
Wow.
Then it could even run simulations
Oh, wow.
or design experiments to test those hypotheses
Okay.
and constantly refining its knowledge graph
Mhm.
based on those results.
So it's not just
And
brute force calculation.
No, it's about context,
Yeah.
nuance,
Yeah.
even spotting potential flaws in existing research.
Does that tie into
Okay.
all the reproducibility issues that
Yeah.
we keep hearing about?
Absolutely.
Could an AI actually help enforce stricter standards?
I think that's a fascinating possibility.
Yeah.
If the AI is constantly evaluating the information it's using,
Okay.
it could flag inconsistencies or weaknesses
Mm-hmm.
in research that might escape human reviewers.
Wow.
It's not a silver bullet,
Right.
but it could be a valuable tool
Yeah.
for improving the reliability of scientific findings.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's get back to this idea of the AI generating its own hypotheses.
Okay.
The article talks about AlphaGo,
Right.
the AI that mastered the game of Go,
Yes.
and then they created AlphaGo Zero,
Right?
which taught itself to play without any human data.
Yeah.
And it actually ended up outperforming the original ST.
That's right.
Is that the kind of leap that they're envisioning for science?
It's a similar concept for sure.
Okay.
This idea of unbiased exploration.
Okay.
So AlphaGo Zero wasn't limited by human biases in its approach to the game,
Oh, I see.
and that allowed it to discover these novel strategies. The Nobel Turing Challenge proposes something similar
Okay.
for science,
Got it.
letting the AI explore this vast space of hypotheses
Yeah.
that humans might never even think to consider.
That's mind-blowing.
It is pretty wild.
But can you really compare a game, like, go to the complexity?
You're right, it's not a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
The article does say
Okay.
that the scientific hypothesis space
Right.
is potentially infinite and much less defined
Right.
than a game.
Yeah.
But they propose managing this by initially focusing on specific types of hypotheses
Okay.
or leveraging the inherent structure of different scientific domains.
So instead of aiming for a universal AI scientist right away,
Uh-huh.
maybe start with specialized AIs.
Right.
that excel in specific fields.
Exactly.
Like figuring out how to make fusion energy actually work.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea.
That's a great idea.
Start with manageable pieces
Yeah.
and build from there.
Okay.
The article also stresses the role of human scientists in all this. Providing guidance, oversight, and ethical considerations. It's about augmenting human abilities, not replacing them.
So a partnership.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say we do manage to develop these AI scientists.
Okay.
What would their day-to-day look like?
Well, instead of poring over research papers for hours,
Right?
imagine a scientist tasking their AI assistant
Okay.
with analyzing the latest findings, highlighting promising avenues, and even suggesting experiments.
Oh, wow.
It's like having an AI partner that accelerates their work in ways never before possible.
That sounds really efficient.
It'd be so efficient.
But what about those aha moments of insight
Oh, yeah.
that often lead to major breakthroughs?
Yeah.
Can an AI replicate that spark of human intuition?
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
And the article does acknowledge this is a huge challenge.
Okay.
AI excels at data analysis
Yeah.
and pattern recognition.
Right.
But those leaps of creativity.
Right. Are still largely a human domain.
Yeah.
However, imagine an AI connecting seemingly disparate fields,
Okay.
revealing insights that humans might have missed or taken much longer to discover.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even if it can't fully replace human intuition,
Right.
it could act as a powerful catalyst
Exactly.
for those breakthroughs.
Exactly.
But this is all very exciting.
It is exciting.
But the article focuses on systems biology
Yeah.
as a prime candidate for this challenge.
Yeah.
Why systems biology specifically?
Well, systems biology is a great fit for this.
Okay.
It's a field that's already super complex
Right.
with tons of data to analyze.
Okay.
But it's also a field where big breakthroughs could have a huge impact on things like healthcare and medicine.
Makes sense.
So last time we were talking about this
Right.
ambitious Nobel Turing challenge
Mhm.
and how AI could revolutionize scientific research,
Right.
especially in systems biology. But how do we actually get from a cool idea to a functioning AI scientist?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Right. The article mentioned knowledge graphs.
Right.
What are those exactly?
Yeah.
And how do they fit into this whole AI brain for science?
It's a good question. A knowledge graph is basically a way of representing information in a structured and interconnected way.
Okay.
It's a massive web of concepts, facts, and relationships,
Okay.
where each point on the web is a piece of knowledge,
Right.
and the connections between them represent how those pieces relate.
So it's not just stuffing information into a database.
No, not at all.
It's about the AI actually understanding how it all fits together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these knowledge graphs aren't static.
Okay.
They're constantly evolving as new information comes in.
Oh, wow.
Imagine an AI that can read a scientific paper,
Yeah.
extract the key findings,
Okay.
and then seamlessly integrate that into its knowledge graph.
Wow.
It could even flag potential conflicts or inconsistencies.
So it's like a fact checker on steroids.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's constantly evaluating the information.
Yeah. That's a lot of processing power.
It is a lot.
Wouldn't it be a monumental task
It would be huge.
to build a knowledge graph for all of science?
It would be a huge challenge, no doubt.
Yeah.
The article suggests starting with specific areas of research,
Okay.
like a particular disease or biological process.
Okay.
Build a really comprehensive knowledge graph for that domain.
Right?
And then as these AI systems get more advanced,
Yeah.
they could potentially merge or connect their knowledge graphs
Okay.
and build a bigger picture over time.
So like a network of AI specialists, each
Yeah.
with their own area of expertise, but able to
Yeah.
share and build upon each other's knowledge?
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like a real scientific community,
Yeah.
but made of AI.
But made of AI. And
Okay.
speaking of community, another critical piece of this is automation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
One of the big promises of AI is taking over these tasks
Right.
that currently require a ton of human effort.
Huge amount of effort.
So in the context of the Nobel Turing Challenge, think about automating things like data collection,
Yes.
data analysis, even experiment design and execution.
Exactly.
All of that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If we want AI to speed up the pace of discovery,
Right.
it needs to handle the grunt work,
Yes.
leaving the human scientists free to focus on the big picture thinking.
Absolutely. the strategic stuff.
Is that where those robot scientists examples from the article come in?
Yes, exactly.
The article mentioned robotic scientists like Adam and Eve,
Right.
which were developed to automate specific lab procedures.
Yeah.
And even generate hypotheses based on the data they collected.
That's right.
So Adam, for instance, was designed to investigate the function of genes in yeast.
Right.
It could plan experiments, run them using robotic arms and instruments, analyze the results, and even propose new hypotheses based on what it found.
Incredible.
Wait, hold on. Robot scientists?
Yeah,
It's like something out of science fiction.
Yeah, it does sound like sci-fi.
But are these things actually doing real science?
They absolutely are.
Wow.
Eve, for example, was focused on drug discovery.
Okay.
It was using AI to screen thousands of compounds and identify potential candidates for treating neglected diseases.
Oh, wow.
So these are still early examples, but they showcase the potential of automation to just dramatically accelerate research.
So imagine entire laboratories orchestrated by AI, managing experiments, crunching data.
It's coming.
Even suggesting new avenues of investigation.
That's the future.
Okay, that future lab sounds both amazing and a little unnerving.
I know what you mean.
But what happens to us humans in all this?
Right.
Are we just going to be twiddling our thumbs while the robots make all the discoveries?
That's where this idea of human-in-the-loop systems comes in.
Okay.
The goal isn't to replace scientists, but to empower them.
Okay.
We bring our expertise to the table.
Right.
Interpreting those complex results, making those big decisions about research direction, and ensuring ethical considerations are addressed.
So it's more about a partnership.
It is.
Combining human intuition and creativity.
Exactly.
With AI's ability to process information at this incredible scale.
That's right.
I can see how that could lead to some truly groundbreaking discoveries.
Absolutely.
Instead of worrying about being replaced. Maybe scientists should see AI as this powerful tool.
Yeah.
Something that amplifies their abilities and lets them tackle even bigger, more complex questions.
Totally agree.
This is all very exciting.
It is.
But we've talked a lot about knowledge graphs and automation.
We have.
Are there other technologies that would be crucial for making this Nobel Turing Challenge a reality?
Definitely.
Welcome back to the deep dive. So we've been exploring this Nobel Turing Challenge.
Yes.
The idea of an AI making Nobel-worthy scientific discoveries.
Right.
By 2050.
It's wild.
Yeah. And we've talked about the potential, the tech behind it. Even those robot scientists, that sound like they're straight out of a movie.
Yeah, they're very sci-fi.
But now let's think bigger.
Okay.
What could the impact of all this be on society?
Right.
Both good and bad.
Both the good and the potentially challenging.
Yeah. The article dives into those implications.
It does.
One of the most immediate concerns is the impact on scientists themselves.
Of course.
If AIs are doing the research, designing experiments, even publishing findings, what does that even mean for the role of humans in science?
That's the big question.
Yeah. Are we talking about a future where AI replaces human scientists entirely? Or is there a way for both to coexist?
The article leans toward a more collaborative research landscape.
Okay.
So some human scientists might focus on the big picture stuff.
Right.
Like setting research agendas, making sense of those really complex results, and navigating those ethical considerations.
Okay, so instead of worrying about being replaced, maybe scientists should see AI as a powerful tool.
I think so.
Something that amplifies their abilities.
Exactly.
And lets them tackle even bigger, more complex questions.
Yes.
I can see how that could accelerate progress in all sorts of fields.
Oh, yeah.
From medicine to energy, maybe even help us tackle climate change more effectively.
For sure.
You're hitting on a key point.
Okay.
The potential for AI to help us solve those grand challenges that have stumped us for so long.
Totally agree.
But let's be realistic.
Okay.
There are going to be bumps in the road as this technology develops.
Of course.
What about the potential for job losses?
Oh, yeah.
Or even economic inequality?
Right.
If only certain institutions or countries have access to these powerful AI systems.
Yes, a real concern.
There's some serious issues to think about.
Yeah.
It's not just about the science itself.
Right.
It's about making sure the benefits of these advances are shared widely.
Yes.
And don't just make existing inequalities even worse.
Absolutely. The article emphasizes the importance of equity and access.
Okay.
Investing in education and training programs to prepare people for this changing landscape of research.
Right.
It's critical.
Yeah.
It's about making sure everyone benefits from these advances
Right.
and using them to create a more sustainable and equitable world.
Okay, shifting gears a bit.
Sure.
What about the impact on our understanding of science itself?
Mm.
If AI becomes the primary engine of discovery,
Okay.
could that change how we think about knowledge or truth?
It's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
It gets to the heart of what science is all about.
Right.
The article suggests that AI scientists could actually help us overcome some of the limitations of human-centered science.
Really?
Yeah, think about it.
Okay.
AI systems aren't bound by the same cognitive biases or preconceptions
Oh,
that can sometimes cloud our thinking.
okay.
They could help us see things from entirely new angles
Interesting.
and explore areas of knowledge that we might have overlooked.
So rather than replacing human intuition, right, AI could actually enhance it. Yeah. Lead us to a more objective and complete understanding of the world. Totally. It's like having a fresh set of eyes, but ones that can analyze data at a scale we can't even fathom. Exactly. Okay, last big picture question.
Oh.
And maybe this is getting a little philosophical.
Right.
But if AI becomes capable of making discoveries that rival or even surpass human achievements, what does that say about our own intelligence and creativity?
Wow, that's a deep question.
I know.
And one that's going to spark debate for years to come.
Right.
The article doesn't offer any easy answers.
Yeah.
But it suggests that developing AI scientists could help us understand our own cognitive abilities better.
Oh.
So by studying how AI systems learn, reason, and create, we might gain new insights into the workings of the human mind.
So instead of viewing AI as a threat to human intelligence, it's an opportunity to explore the very nature of intelligence itself.
That's a great way to put it.
It's like holding up a mirror to our own minds and discovering new things about ourselves in the process.
That's a beautiful way to think about it.
This conversation has really expanded my thinking about this whole Nobel Turing challenge. We started with AI scientists and ended up exploring the future of work, the nature of knowledge, and the very essence of what it means to be intelligent.
That's what makes a deep dive like this so fascinating.
It is.
It's about connecting ideas and seeing the ripple effects of these scientific advancements on the world around us.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has.
But we've only scratched the surface.
We really have. There's so much more to explore as this field keeps evolving.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
And the potential benefits for humanity are immense.
They really are.
It's an exciting time to be following these developments.
It is.
And I can't wait to see what breakthroughs are ahead.
Me too.
Well, on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the Nobel Turing Challenge. But keep those questions coming.
Yes.
Because the conversation certainly isn't over.
Definitely not.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring the world with curiosity and an open mind.
Sounds good.